as we unravel the stories shaping our world today. This is Adamimogo 107.7 FM News.
The Julius Abure-led Labour Party says it will in coming days convene a National Executive Committee NEC meeting where the party will determine the fate of former presidential candidate Peter Obi amid alignment with opposition coalition. The National Publicity Secretary Ayomide Surulere, who spoke in a televised program today, condemned the former presidential candidate for joining the opposition coalition, adding that Peter Obi stands the risk of expulsion.
He knows it is unconstitutional for him to belong to two political parties at a time. You don't go and join a political party and at the same time you still put your leg in another political party. They have been able to deceive him to their side, and there he shall remain.
According to him, it is unconstitutional for him to join two political parties at the same time.
He knows it is unconstitutional for him to belong to two political parties at a time. You don't go and join a political party and at the same time you still put your leg in another political party. They have been able to deceive him to their side, and the next meeting is going to be called shortly, where Obi will be recommended for expulsion, and that will now be confirmed finally at our convention in line with our constitution and in line with most political party constitution. So Obi will be expelled from our party. He's no more a member of our party. It is not within his right to tell us that I'm still a member of the Labour Party, and at the same time, he will not be obnobbing, with what we call, the Yahoo coalition.
Recall that Peter Obi has confirmed that he will run for president in 2027 in a broader opposition coalition, including the African Democratic Congress, aimed at unseating President Bola Tinubu in 2027, while reaffirming his loyalty to the Labour Party, saying he remains a vibrant member. Outside Nigeria, South Sudan's President Salva Kiir has fired the country's army chief after 7 months in the post and named a replacement. This was revealed in an announcement on state radio, while no reason given for the firing of Paul Majok. It's noted that Kiir had appointed Dao Atujang as the chief of defense forces. South Sudan Army spokesperson Lulua Koang say there has been a tradition that when one is appointed or reassigned, there are no reasons for getting appointed and there are no reasons given for getting relieved. South Sudan has been formally at peace since a 2018 deal ended the 5-year conflict responsible for the hundreds of thousands of deaths, but violence between rival communities flares frequently. 4 workers have been confirmed dead and at least 22 others were injured in a fire that broke out at a key data center in Cairo. Hossam Abdel Ghaffar, the spokesperson at Egypt's health ministry, made this known to newsmen today. According to credible sources, an initial examination indicated that the fire was likely to have been caused by an electrical short circuit, leading to disruptions in communications across the capital. Egypt's Minister of Communications and Information Technology, Talat, said in a statement today that services will be gradually restored within 24 hours, adding that the telecom mourned the employees that lost their lives and offered support for their families. Still in Africa, South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa has opposed what he calls the unilateral higher trade tariffs imposed on his country by the US. In a statement, Ramaphosa contested the new tariffs, saying the issue was still under consideration by negotiating teams from South Africa and the US. Ramaphosa maintained that the 30% tariff is not an accurate representation of available trade data, adding that Trump's decision is a huge blow to South Africa's US second biggest trading partner. Recall that US President Donald Trump announced on Monday that he won't subject imports from South Africa to a new 30% tariff from August. From Africa, US President Donald Trump says he thinks talks to end the Gaza war in Gaza has been going along very well as he hosted Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in Washington, D.C. While speaking to newsmen, Trump expressed confidence that Hamas was willing to end the 21-month conflict.
Let's just give them another state. It'll be a platform to destroying Israel. And we'll work out a peace in which our security The sovereign power of security always remains in our hands. But if they want to leave, they should be able to leave. It shouldn't be a prison. It should be an open place and give people a free choice.
Netanyahu, however, said he was working with the U.S. and finding countries that will give Palestinians a better future, adding that they should have the freedom of choice to move out of Gaza.
I don't think there is a holdup. I think things are going along very well, and we've had great cooperation from surrounding Israel, surrounding countries. Great cooperation from every single one of them.
The meeting came after the latest rounds of indirect ceasefire talks between Israel and Hamas in Qatar ended without a breakthrough, though negotiations were expected to continue this week. You're listening to Global Box on Adamimogo 107.7 FM, transmitting live from Olojudo's Palace, Ido-Ekiti. After the break, Texas flogs tragedy deepens as death toll rises. Details of these and more in a moment. Please stay with us.
It is another refreshing time and the outpouring power of God as Christ Apostolic Church, Grace of Mercy Prayer Mountain, Adamimogo, Jesus City, presents Sure Mercy of David, a yearly fasting and prayer program where God is set to heal the sick, deliver the poor, set the captives free, and save the lost. Sure Mercy of David comes up in the month of August, every Friday to Sunday, each week in the month of August 2025, as God will be using his anointed servant, Prophet Sam Olualo Baba Adamimogo, and many other great anointed men of God. Many spiritual singers will be ministering in song as well. Venue CAC, Grace of Mercy Prayer Mountain, Adamimogo, Jesus City, Ilamija Village, Lekki Epe Expressway, Lagos State. For one-on-one counseling with Prophet Sam Olualo, register at JesusCityRadio.com. Sure Mercy of David. Don't miss it.
Glad to know you're still there. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel via Adamimogo 107.7 FM for happenings around you or news inquiries. Please call our newsroom on this number 0915 786 8095. Now to the rest of the news. In a separate update, the death toll from flash floods that struck Central Texas on Friday has now climbed to more than 100 people, and an unknown number of others are missing. Search and rescue teams are wading through mud-piled riverbanks as mob rain and thunderstorms threatened the region, but hope was fading of finding any more survivors 4 days after the catastrophe. Camp Mystic, a Christian all-girls summer camp, confirmed that at least 27 girls and staff were among the dead. 10 girls and a camp counselor are still missing. The White House meanwhile rejected suggestions the budget cuts at the National Weather Service could have inhibited the disaster response. Talking business, President Donald Trump has officially delayed imposing hard tariffs on U.S. imports while sending letters to 14 countries, including Japan and South Korea, detailing the levies they face. Trump also noted that he is not 100% firm, saying he is open for negotiations.
I would say firm. No, I would say firm, but not 100% firm. If they call up and they say, would like to do something a different way, we're going to be open to that. But essentially, that's the way it is right now. We're always subject to negotiate something that's fair, but we've talked to most of the countries, and pretty much they've had their way for many, many decades, as you know.
The latest development comes as a 90-day pause the White House placed on some of its most aggressive import taxes was set to expire this week. The president renewed his threat of a 20% tax on products entering the country from Japan and South Korea and shared a batch of other letters to world leaders warning of levies from August 1. Finally, talking sports, Kylian Mbappe is poised to face his former club Paris Saint-Germain for the first time since his high-profile move to Real Madrid, as both sides prepare for a blockbuster semi-final at the FIFA Club World Cup on Wednesday. Mbappe, who departed PSG in 2024 after 7 prolific years and a record 256 goals, is expected to make his first start of the tournament following a bout of illness. Its return comes after scoring a decisive overhead kick off the bench in Madrid's 3-1 quarter-final victory over Borussia Dortmund. Real Madrid coach Xabi Alonso, who is managing his first major tournament with those Blancos, Mbappe is still not 100%, but he is getting better every day. The semi-final marks a dramatic reunion as Mbappe left PSG without a transfer fee, prompting a bitter fallout and legal battles. To end Global Box at noon, a recap of our top stories. We brought it to you that the Julius Abure-led Labour Party says it will in coming days convene a National Executive Committee meeting next where the party will determine the fate of former presidential candidate Peter Obi amid alignment with opposition coalition. We told you that South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa has opposed what he calls the unilateral higher grade tariffs imposed on his country by the US. It was in the news that the death toll from flash floods that struck central Texas on Friday has now climbed to more than 100 people and an unknown number of others missing. That's Global Box on Adamimogo 107.7 FM, Olujudo's Palace, Ido Ekiti. On behalf of the production crew,